What's going on, guys, and welcome back. So it took a little bit, but I've been playing this deck in real life. I've been playing it online. I've been doing a lot of testing with it, and I think it's a really good consistent deck, and that is obviously Punk with Virtual World. We're going to go over the deck list and choices. I know the Brave engine does a lot too and is a little more resilient to hand traps. Unfortunately, the Brave cards cost a whole bunch, and I also don't have a Baron de Fleur, so we're not going with the Scythe locking route. But using cards I had, the deck has actually been doing really good, and I'm pretty happy with it. We're not going to cover side decking today because side decking really depends on where you're going, what you plan on playing against, and things like that. Like the local I go to, I know it's always going to be like heavy on Sky Striker, Eldritch, and there's usually some random weird stuff, so I'm not going to play that the same as I would if I'm expecting like a bunch of tier 1 decks in an event. But nonetheless, I actually play a bigger package. I go 3 Amin, 3 Foxy, the 1 Spider, and then we are playing the 1 Trap for your Spider. So I know a lot of people play like 2 and 1 or something like that. I know these cards aren't ideal to open because you have access to them throughout your combo anyway, but I really don't consider them bricks for the most part because a lot of time you can normal it and still get into help combo. If you open it, you just have it in your hand already. Obviously Foxy and Amin then are starters. Like Amin on its own, we'll go through that combo here in a second, but like Amin on its own equals Savage, Savage, Shenshen, Hot Red, Chuchi, and Gabu, just like Amin and 2 cents in your hand. We'll do that after the video and kind of just talk about the play line I go, because there is going to be one thing that some people are going to probably question or not like the most, which I do understand, and again we will cover it when we get there. So Virtual Worlds, obviously you're playing the 3 Lulu, 3 Lao Lao, 3 GG. Them are all super standard. I actually went down to 2 Lili because out of these 4 I feel like Lili's the worst one. I usually don't need to dump 2 of the other type. I know it can come up, and the Double Foolish obviously is really good. You know, whether you're dumping like Monster King Long or Chuchi King Long, I get that it is really good, but one, it is searchable with the combo now. If you happen to open like one or the other, you can search off Cupid Pitch. You can search obviously off your King Long, but I find these 3 were the better of the 3, and I just wanted to cut the cards down a little bit more, so that was the one to go. Then the 1 Nyan, 43 card main deck, by the way. That's kind of where I settled on. I found it to be a pretty good balance between consistency and running the brick in the deck, so I do like it where we're at. Mine decided to get up and walk away, but shout out Luke, Dragon Rider Games, link down below, best online gaming page bar none. He hooked me up with the Deskbot 001, and then the Colt Wing. So Colt Wing, I know you definitely don't need to play it, and you can still make like Hot Red, Crystal Wing, Shenshen, things like that, but I'll show it in the combo too. I like this because say you open like the 2 engines together, you can get to Savage before you actually have to commit to your Virtual World combo, so that's why I like the Colt Wing, whereas like the other play without this, and it's a little more fragile because they can disrupt you as you try to go for your Crystal Wing. You can get disrupted and, you know, kind of take into Biru and not do a whole lot about it. I mean, a smart player is going to nib you way before you get to Savage anyway, but just like on the off chance that you need some type of protection from Savage or you get there, I like being able to get that negate on board before committing to my play. So that's why I do play the Colt Wing, and if you open it, you just send it off Foxy Tune and you do the regular combo anyway. Hand traps, like my locals, I go more generic on hand traps too, but for the most part when I'm playing in bigger events or like DB ranked, I really like high impact hand traps, and Lancia and Droll are kind of my go-tos because I absolutely hate Flunderies too. So these 2 are both really good versus Flunderies. Any deck playing the Brave engine, like Droll can hit them. They're not going to be able to search off their engine because they're going to go grab that or the equip spell, and then if they don't open the Griffin too, they're not going to get to it. But then you also shut down like their engine, so even decks that usually only search once in combo, if they run Brave first, that's not going to happen. And then Lancia is just pretty good overall, so I like the higher impact hand traps personally. And onto our spells, obviously 3 city, 3 king long. These are going to be like really standard because you really want to see them to open, because if you get disrupted, it's a way to put a virtual world name on board so you can continue playing. E-Tele card is just absolutely broken with the Punk engine. And then because our opponent a lot of time is going to have like disruption or be able to stop you, I did want to play a little ways to play through it. So instead of playing 3 more hand traps, I went triple tactics and called by the grave, just so I can either hit that hand trap or draw 2 to hopefully get into like my other engine and keep the deck just rolling. If you still have what you need, you can get hand knowledge. Otherwise, going second, stealing a monster is always really good. 2 Chuchi, and then worst card in the deck, the Zhang Wu. It's still there because there's times where it comes up and you need it. And actually, the best board I was able to do with this exact deck was Hot Red, Savage, Crystal Wing, Shen Shen, Chuchi, Gabu because of this. But you end with 0 hand, 0 grave setup. Like, it's kind of just, oh, they Dark Ruler, you better hope that Chuchi Gabu is going to be enough because you have absolutely no way to come back. I mean, you'd have Shen Shen and grave effect, but I don't like doing that. I don't like just vomiting out everything on something like that, but it was kind of fun just to be able to do it, to say, hey, I did it. That is the main deck. Again, I think Colt Wing and then the bigger Punk engine are the only things that people are probably going to say much about. I guess maybe the hand trap choices, but anyone who knows the channel knows that I'm pretty big on my high impact hand traps. If you like the playmat, there is a link down below. I have 2 different types available, this and a Cyber Dragon one. Extra deck, and then I got some other news to get to. Cupid Pitch cards is really good. Searches Lulu, searches Lili, can search out like a Punk for follow-up. It's just really good. Then your Beast. This is like if you have just Amen, how you get into your virtual world combo, because you search Lulu, then you search Beast, or you make Beast, and Lulu can target your Beast. Because we are playing that package, the Mud Dragon. Not for Kaliga though, we use it for Hot Red, because Hot Red lets you play around cards like Dark Ruler, or if they don't have a trap, you can play around Droplet, because you'd have your Chuchi set, you flip Chain Chuchi, you don't have to use the effect, then Chain Hot Red to negate the Droplet or the Dark Ruler, so you're not chaining directly to it. So that's why I really like the Hot Red play, and I think it's way better than Kaliga for that regard at least. Then the one Borlode Savage Dragon. Card's pretty good. I'm considering still taking out Colt Wing and just getting rid of this then too. It just kind of opens you up a little bit more, but like I was saying, pretty much any good player is already going to have hand trapped you before you get to that point. So it's a little bit win more, and for that reason it's definitely something I'm really considering doing, is dropping the Colt Wing and play 42 just to get that like random card out of your deck. Like I said, if you open it, it's one of your 2 sends, but might as well just get rid of it at this point so you see your other cards more. So that's something I'm strongly considering, and then this would turn into like a Vermilion Mech or just like another toolboxy card. Crystal Wing, then Shen Shen, obviously the Hot Red going with our Mud Dragon, the Soul Keen for our Crystal Wing. We play the one Dragon. This card actually comes up a lot. I wasn't playing it, but Bailey, shout out to you. Like, just being able to go into a rank 3 that's 2400 attack so fast is really awesome. I know a lot of people play like a really big synchro package with this deck, but I felt like it was losing out. Like, you have your toolbox, but the deck has so many XZ's plays too. Like, these 2 cards have been putting in so much work for me. It's crazy. Then the Downer, obviously, because you know we're going to be playing the Zeus. And this one, people may say play like M7 instead, or just go with another toolboxy card. But I've been having so much luck with the Fan, like being able to detach 2, then target a face-up card and 1 card in their graveyard. Well, either graveyard, but you know, you're going for your opponent. Like with DPE, it's so easy to make this after they DPE. So whether DPE is on the field or the graveyard, then like Fan just handles it. So I do really like it, especially if they leave DPE on field. Then you can hit like Dasher and DPE and banish them, because then the Celestial's turned off. They don't get that random summon off the Dasher. So I do really like the Fan. And again, the XZ's package, like I could go more toolboxy and whatnot with these guys, but the XZ's package, especially going second, like this is kind of going first, this is going second, And the deck, it's been doing really good for me, and I'm pretty happy with it. Not saying it's the best way to play Virtual World or even Punk World. Could use a little optimization, but that's what we're working on. Like I said, that's how we mentioned, cutting, testing ratios, testing things like that. As far as the Punk engine and Virtual World cards, I'm pretty happy with. I really think that the whole Colt Wing is probably the only thing I'm still up in the air on. The two links, then your Hulk and your Auroradon. But yeah, the deck's been like just really fun to play too. And outside of like your Hulk and your Savage, I mean, triple tactics are like 20 a piece, but like the deck's not super expensive other than these two. Like that's like $100 right there, but the deck's actually decently cheapish for like a contending deck. We'll go and do, like, if you open the Almond plus like a bunch of bricks, I guess would be the best way to say it, and just kind of do the standard like Punk combo, because everyone here, like, if we're playing Virtual World, you probably know the Virtual World combos already. So let's just go ahead, like, okay, we could flip them face down if we want, but let's leave them face up. Like, so if this is our hand, okay, so we're gonna just show like the standard Punk combo now. Like, you have 4 cards that aren't useful and the 1 Punk. You can go ahead and normal summon your Almond, and then you're gonna pay your 600 to search out your Foxy Tune, add it to your hand. Foxy Tune effect, sending itself to the grave. Then you send 1 from your hand and special summon from deck. So we're gonna go special Spider effect, then pay 600, search our Gabu. And another plus side to Savage is a little fun play you can do. If you're going into time, you can Almond burn for 600, get into like your combo. Don't use your Spider because you're not going to need this. You're going into time. And then when you get to Cupid Pitch, make it gain a level. So it goes to level 5, then Pitch plus token into Savage, and then Pitch burns for 800. So you lose 600, but then you make them lose 800, and you actually win by 200 in time. So that's just a fun little play that you can do that way. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and get rid of them for our Halka-Fibrax. And I know someone's going to say it like, oh, this is so fragile, blah, blah, blah. That's kind of the point. Like, this was, you open one card and then 4 dead cards. Like, if you open 4 dead cards, your hand's probably fragile in most decks. Hulk, summon out the 1 or 001. Sorry, linking those 2 away. Then for our Auroradon, go ahead and grab our 3 best friends that anyone could have: Joey, Yugi, and Leonardo. Then we're gonna go ahead, summon back the 001, 1 and Joey token into our Cupid Pitch. Since we're not trying to win in time, we are going to Cupid Pitch effect to go down, not up. Then we're going to go Auroradon effect. Normally here you would go like into your Beast, get your Lulu out, go into like Coral Dragon, then Sulking, and then get Crystal Wing. But then you already committed your Lulu to that. Like, so if your opponent's really slacking and didn't use that nib because they haven't had to, like, so they might just wait for Sulking or like wait for Savage with no negates, just so you commit more of your extra deck to it. Because like, there's no reason, I guess, necessarily to nib here. Like, let you go through your place until you're about to put up a negate. So then on Sulking they would nib you, but now you already used your Lulu. So here we're actually gonna pop 2 tokens. Summon out Colt Wing, who's going to summon back 2 tokens, and then 001 comes back again. Pitch and token for our Beast, and now obviously our Colt Wing is a level 7, so we're going to go ahead and 001 and Colt Wing. Or before you do that, make sure you use your Cupid Pitch effect. We almost forgot that. I mean, technically we did forget it, but for the sake of this video, we're going to go grab our Lulu. So now here you can go ahead, synchro those 2 off for your Savage effect to attach, or to equip per se, your Halka-Fibrax. And then, like I said, this way, if they nib you on Summon of Savage instead of Sulking, the only difference is you still have Lulu in hand. So, like, depending on your other hand, this example is a bad one because we had 4 dead cards, but say you didn't have 4 dead cards with Savage, now you still have Lulu in hand. They're forced to nib here because it's as far as you could go, and you could still make Crystal Wing Shen Shen. You got Gabu, you're going to get your Chuchi. Like I said, assuming your hand. So in this particular one, again, you're not going to, but this was supposed to be a generic bat hand test. Lulu then targeting our beast. We're going to send King Long, add Chuchi, summon out your Lulu and Leonardo into Mud Dragon. Again, before you would have went Coral Dragon, Soul King, Crystal Wing, left this out, but I like to have my Lulu there. Then we can go ahead banishing our King Long to go ahead and search Lao Lao. And again, there's different combo lines. I just found this one to be one of my more favorite ones, especially because, like I said, your hand is going to dictate this so much. But you search out your Lao Lao, and then we'll just go ahead and send another dead card to the graveyard. Lao Lao targeting, your beast at this point. We're going to send the other Chuchi to the grave, summons itself out, summons back our Lulu, and now we can go Lulu and Mud Dragon into our Hot Red. Then we go and banish our other Chuchi, banishing Chuchi, make one of these a level 3, and then Lao Lao and Beast into your Shen Shen. Like I said, depending on your hand, if you opened like a virtual world name, you could actually make a Crystal Wing on top of this anyway, just because it'd cater your searches a little bit different depending, like if it's Lily, Lulu, Lao Lao, GG, whatever, and then you just send the Zhang Wu. But then, like I said, you're going to lose another card in your hand, so you're really putting everything out there. Did we send? Yeah, we sent off King Long, right? 1 draw, 2 draw, yeah. So that's kind of our end board then, like we'd set. And they're both set, so again, if they like open Dark Ruler or they say Droplet, you can Chuchi, activate Chuchi, then Chain Link 3, the Hot Red to negate it, something like that. But like that's not a bad end board off one card. You still have 2 in hand. As far as graveyard then goes, not really set up per se, but you got the Shen Shen there, 2 cards plus a draw. But yeah, just kind of one basic combo that I wanted to show you guys if you open your Amin. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. By all means, I'm always willing to learn and to do more with the deck. Aside from adding Brave or Baron, because I already know those things, I just don't have access to the cards. So otherwise, let me know, guys. Hopefully you like the video. Hopefully you stick around and subscribe if you're new here. Thank you for watching. Couple things I did forget to mention. Again, the Soul King Crystal Wing, it's just really nice too as like a fail off, a follow up. You get disrupted, you can still do it, or just like as a follow up, you do the end board we just saw, but then you get the space to do it. And like Virtual World just makes Soul King Crystal Wing so easily. Like it's just another power push that you can do outside of the XC's play. And we're also working on new series 10 match testing, 10 ranked dueling book matches. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you guys deck profiles, break it down, cost, pros, cons, everything like that. Let me know what decks you would like to see down below. Inaugural video is, of course, going to be Cyber Dragon. We are going back to Cyber Dragon, so write it down. 6-0 so far in our testing, so small start, but let's go and finish those replays with Cyber Dragon. And again, thank you guys for watching.